What's up, ladies and gents? This is your boys OTR, and we're here with an episode of OTR Beyond the Ropes. Y'all know we can't do this. We only do this anytime we ain't all together as a group or scheduling is in conflict. But oh well, we still gonna give y'all some content today. This is episode 10, and the title of this Beyond the Ropes episode is this the end of WWE? But
Well,
for those that are new, let me introduce myself. My name is JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop, also known as OTRJ. You know.
and then this is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, also known as OTR Trey. Yeah, man,
And
it's the end
and I
of
got
WWE.
but I gotta introduce, he might
Oh
be
yeah, yeah,
joining
yeah,
us
yeah,
later,
yeah.
he
He might
might
be
not.
joining in.
We got our fellow co-host, Mr. Rand, aka OTR JB.
OTR burning.
OTR burn. But man, so those of you who already know WWE, God damn it, I don't even know what to call him. I don't know what to call him. Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, Vincent Kennedy. Y'all all know him by all
VKM.
different kind of yeah. Well, this man weaseled his way back into the industry that we all know as WWE.
He's
Mm,
back
mm,
with
mm, mm.
vengeance.
And how he got back is the fact that he still owned majority stock with WWE. So he used his stock power to hire two previous individuals who left when he retired because of all the sexual conduct, misconduct that was going on. And he hired, rehired those two people with him and kicked out three board members. So he was back on the WWE board. His first gesture with being a part of the WWE board is to fluctuate a sale, right? And we've been calling this for what, 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a surprise. The WWE sale part wasn't a surprise. Him coming back, it wasn't a surprise. It was a surprise, but then again, it wasn't a surprise. You know, I just felt like so much stuff was going good that why would you even want to come back? But when stuff is going good, that's when people want to make their presence back. You know what I'm
You
saying?
think
They want
he
to make their way back in.
think he was jealous of
Je-
Triple H?
oh, hell yeah, he's jealous. So as soon as reports hit that he's back, Stephanie McMahon resigns as co-CEO, which gives
Hmm.
Nick Khan
All the power.
sole ownership.
Hmm.
Hold on. Hold on real quick.
All right. Yeah. So Stephanie left. While JD gets situated, I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking to y'all. So yeah, Stephanie left, which was a shock because they had just done a managers only or
My fault, y'all.
company meeting where she and Nick Khan specifically said that there would be no management changes. And
Hmm.
then like a few days later,
And
Stephanie quits the whole company.
and the crazy thing about it is, man, like her and Triple H vetoed to not have him back.
Hmm. Nick Khan did too.
And then and it's just crazy, like, yo, she come back and next thing you know, she resigns, then she gotta have surgery.
Oh, I didn't know about the surgery part.
Yeah, she had surgery on her knee. But
Oh, okay.
at first, like, it just showed like a picture of her in the hospital. And I'm like, damn, what the hell? She had a heart attack or something? Like, what
Oh
happened?
Lord.
Like, she got flabbergasted that her pop was back. But yeah, man. So it was like a lot of leaks that were going on about WWE selling to the Saudi Arabia. What was it?
Independent
Um,
group.
Yeah.
So that's what they were
Hold
saying.
on, I'm looking
But
at it.
then, but then people were coming out saying that that wasn't necessarily true. Some people were saying that it is true, but it hasn't been cleared yet, so they're not making an official announcement. It's a lot of suspicion in the air.
Right.
Hmm. So, if this sale were to be true, it wouldn't be shocking to me, especially with all of the business they've been doing with Saudi Arabia for years.
Yeah, it's called Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund,
Investment fund,
which
and it would go back to
with
being a private company if that was the case as well.
exactly, which would make him which will put him back into live TV. Because right now he still can't be on live TV.
Well, shit, he was on live TV after he had quit. He was on Raw and SmackDown right
Well,
after.
as Mr. McMahon, he was written on as a superstar. So he wasn't referred to as Vince McMahon, the CEO. He was referred to as Mr. McMahon.
Mm,
So with that, this is a real debacle for me, man. Like I'm okay with selling the company, right?
hmm
And you get money by all means and everything like that. Where I have a problem is that the loopholes that are around this, right?
hmm
Because I don't know if it's Vince McMahon or if it's Tony Khan or if it's Nick Khan. You know what I'm saying? Because
I say, don't bring Tony into this. We'll talk about him
well,
later.
Tony, no, yeah, Tony coming into this, but
We'll talk about that
with Nick
later.
Nick Khan, I don't know where he stands as this. Like, what is he getting out of the sale? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he trying to do? Who is he in allegiance with?
Um, I mean, it looks like he was in allegiance with Triple H and Stephanie because Triple H is still going to be the overall leader of the talent or in control of the talent for now. He's
Yeah.
still doing that, still in charge of creative. Um,
Yep.
no idea what's going on with Shane after he got booted after that Royal Rumble that he booked.
Hmm.
Now there's
So
rumors that
then,
Vince might try to have a match at WrestleMania or something. You saw that?
yeah, yeah.
He already
So
main evented
then,
WrestleMania with Austin last year.
right. So now we got a couple buyers, right? Of course, we got Disney, we got Fox, we got the Saudi Arabia
NBC.
Investment Fund, we got NBC, we got Apple, we have Hulu, Netflix, um,
If you
um,
were selling, which one of those would you choose?
um. So first of, I don't think it's so much of a money thing. Who's going to give me the most money? Because of course they're looking at a multi-million-dollar payout
The
for
Saudi
whoever
Arabians
they
give you the
sell.
most money.
Of course it does, but you have certain superstars on your roster, like Sami Zayn, who
Kevin
just
Owens.
who has their beliefs,
Yeah.
and they will not be a part of WWE going forward if it was owned by the Saudi Arabian company, right?
hmm
But okay, so
That
you're
could also affect people like John Cena and The Rock because of their Hollywood obligations.
hmm
Hmm.
so when you're looking at it in a whole, I'm selling to for one a big time sports profile company, right? I'm looking
Hmm.
at you could, and we're not counting out Disney because Disney owns ESPN,
I said they already have a deal with ESPN.
right? So we got that.
They
So
have a deal with Hulu already.
right. So what I'm saying is I'm not looking for Apple because Apple sometimes flip flops. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even consider that
I
really.
hope they don't go to Apple because I don't want to have to buy the Apple TV service.
Right.
I
NBC
already got Peacock. Just go
already
ahead and sell it to. They already got the
right.
Universal deal, the Peacock deal, so you might as well sell it to NBC.
And peak
The
exactly.
network's already up
Um,
there.
you could do a merge partnership with Fox because you already showing SmackDown on Fox. Fox is big for like football, so you already know that you're gonna get mainstream
Bro, I
publicity for
texted I
sports.
texted y'all on Saturday. Paul Heyman was up there cutting a promo on NFL Fox pregame.
Yeah, for Brock Purdy.
Called comparing him to Brock Lesnar and talking about Roman Reigns.
Yeah, so that I mean, come on, man. That if anything, that puts WWE on a higher map. That you just did one of the biggest mouthpieces in WWE history to promote NFL football,
Which
right?
everybody was watching because that was the only station the games were on.
So then that puts you in partnership also and connects the dots with XFL again. You know, if The Rock pursued that, it's just so many avenues that you can
XFL
go.
season getting ready to start.
Right, it's so many different avenues that you could go, but that the one as far as sports entertainment,
Well,
it just
think about it like this. We talking about other people that could leave if they sign with Saudi Arabia. Vince McMahon don't care about that.
no, of course not,
He don't care about it.
because he's
If Sami Zayn dipped, he'd be like, all right.
hmm if Kevin
He
Owens
wouldn't
did,
care.
okay, bye.
Okay. I'll just make
You
another
know,
one of y'all.
it really affects Triple H and how he's
hmm
trying to rebuild this empire. You know,
hmm
because that's where he's at, man. He's at a rebuilding stage, man. He's trying to do something bigger than what Vince McMahon did, and I don't think Vince McMahon likes that. I don't think he likes the fact that it's getting more views than when he was running the show.
Yeah, that's because Vince McMahon is a narcissist.
Bro, Power Trip is on a whole nother level, right? So then we come to the recent news that Tony Khan and his father are interested in purchasing WWE.
All right, so this is okay. So this is what I would say about that. I
Oh man.
wouldn't. I would rather them do. You remember when WWF and ECW had that deal?
Yeah.
I would rather them do something like that as opposed to Tony Khan just buy them outright.
So what Tony Khan said is that if he bought it, it would be he will have a position for Vince McMahon
Of course, he would
as
say that.
far as as far as being, running the show. Tony Khan is looking at the dream matches, man. Like,
That's the fan in him.
yeah, but I'm gonna give props where props is due. That would be probably one of the biggest big business acquisitions of all time.
hmm
Of all
And
time.
then yeah, because you already see like Triple H has been flirting with getting involved with other companies, especially when he let Shinsuke go over to New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been
Yep.
flirting with it, trying to see how like the reactions to it and all of that. I
letting
don't think.
letting your current superstars go overseas to watch a show that they're not even part of, but just to support someone.
hmm
Vince McMahon would never do that. He would be like, if you're going, you're fired.
hmm
You know.
That's what
So
Jericho had issues with that
yeah.
his last run with them.
Yep.
So my whole
So
thing is I because they're doing another Forbidden Door, which is possibly where we could see Mercedes Money show up for AEW. They're doing another Forbidden Door this year.
yeah, because there isn't a contract. She has not signed a contract with AEW.
Mm-mm. But she has
Um,
signed. She's only signed for a handful of matches in Japan. She'll be
well,
working
those
for Stardom. Stardom. She'll be doing the IWGP because she's going to fight Kyrie for the title. So
well, there's
a few
there's a
things.
lot of in-state New Japan matches because they got one in Philly. I want to say in June.
Yeah.
if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
because New Japan is trying to cross over to America, so
Yeah.
so they have a lot of stuff. Because because like we said, when Mercedes fights Kyrie for that championship, it's going to be the same day as um Elimination Chamber,
Hmm.
February 18th.
Yeah.
And since it's not in Japan, it's not going to be early in the morning. It's going to be roughly around the same time, unless they do it in the afternoon.
Yeah. So before we get on her, because I got some stuff to say about that. Do we feel like this is the end of WWE?
As we currently know it, yes.
Mm,
And by currently know it, meaning this will be the first time that once if they do go through with this sale, this
hmm.
will be the first time that WWE is being run by somebody that's not named McMahon.
Hmm.
And
Which
yeah,
right now it currently
Triple H,
isn't.
you're married into the family, but you're still not a McMahon.
For, you're a Levesque.
So yeah, you're a Levesque. Now, if your daughters decide to get into it or Shane's kids get into it, that'd be different. But if the company's
Because
not
their
run by
bloodline.
them, yeah. But if the company's not run by them, who says that whoever buys it is going to want them?
Facts.
So yeah,
Um,
at the WWE that we grew up with is done. It's a wrap for that. It's
yeah.
over. That's how I feel.
Mm.
What about you?
Man, sad to say, it is.
Is it
Like,
sad to say though?
man, how many years has WWE been around?
Raw's about to celebrate 30 years,
Golly, man.
and we 33, 34.
Mm, 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 mm. I was hoping that it would be a time that I would be able to have grandkids and be able to show them what I grew up watching.
I mean, you still can. It literally
I
be
mean,
what you grew up watching though, and not
yeah,
currently.
exactly. It wouldn't be no current stuff.
I think it'll be good though. I think it'll be good because we've everyone has acknowledged that Vince has been a problem for a really long time, and
Yeah,
it's a shame that a a sexual assault or harassment case is what got him out of here.
fact.
but
And now
but the
that
crazy,
he,
I'm about to say, the irony is based off of the Mr. McMahon character in the 2000s, it's actually kind of fitting.
it is fitting, like, and it's crazy because,
When art imitates
like,
life.
yeah, and then this man literally he paid his way out of a
Using the
lawsuit.
company's money.
Yes,
Wasn't even his money, it was the company's money.
right. So it was like it didn't hurt him at all.
Because they said what they say, the board is what is the people that made him step down.
Yeah, and so
Yeah. And then
the two people that voted unanimously for him to step down that had the most power in the board, the most current power in the board, left. Well, got fired. And I'm just like, yo, like how fast it happened. It was just like, how can it happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like we was in the twilight zone.
now, all right, so this is my question. So Vince is back as just the head of the board of directors, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with what happens on screen with WWE, correct?
Correct. He's all behind doors.
Okay.
He's in Connecticut. He's in the main office. He's just handling all business proceeds, the way
Because they
that
said that
everything is funded.
he came back to facilitate the sale. Now
Yeah.
there are rumors. Like you said, the rumors are that if the Saudis had bought it, they would want him to go back into actual power dealing with the show.
Say that again.
I said, so the rumor was if the Saudis had taken control, that they would want him to go back into power as far as dealing with the actual product on the TV screen.
Correct. Correct. He will be
Yeah.
taking Triple H's position.
And did you see the other report that Brock said that he wants Triple H? I mean, Vince McMahon to make his matches again?
Hmm.
Of course he does because when
He
Vince
was
was
on a
doing it, Brock
losing
wasn't
streak.
losing. Yeah, Brock
Exactly.
wasn't. Brock wasn't losing.
Exactly.
Shit, if it was up to Vince, it'd be no challenges. It would just be Brock, Ronda, and Charlotte as champions,
Yep.
just alternating.
Exactly.
I know he's got a thing for Roman, so he might keep the bloodline together, even though he hates factions.
Hmm.
But I don't
It,
know.
it's
It's just crazy
it's
because
turmoil, man. It's turmoil. Like this is. Mm,
if okay, so if let's say that because all this is speculation right now. So if Tony Khan was successful in acquiring WWE for somehow, how do you think that would all shake out? Like, what would you expect from to go forward since we're fantasy booking?
oh, um, fantasy booking, fantasy booking, fantasy booking. We will see the Street Profits versus the Acclaim. We would see um Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins versus Kenny Omega. We would
I say you see the
see
bloodline versus the
Solo.
elite.
We would see Solo Sokoa versus Samoa Joe.
mm,
Um we would see
MJF versus the Miz.
Austin Theory versus Hook. Or Austin Theory versus what's his name? Who's feuding with the JAS right now?
Yuta,
No, 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 no.
Claudio.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. The one dang, he just fought MJF.
Oh,
Ricky
Ricky
Starks.
Starks.
Ricky
Ricky
Starks.
Starks.
We would see Austin Theory versus Ricky Starks. Um
We could actually get
we
a
would
Shield reunion.
we would see Ricochet versus Darby Allen. Um
You
you
see
know, we would see
top flight versus I don't know, Judgment Day. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like
yeah,
the flips and whatnot. But
right.
I'm just so that. But I'm also talking about not just the matches we would see, but just the from a business aspect. Because one criticism that a lot of people have had, and I've also had this too, as much as I love AEW, is having so much talent but not showcasing it enough. Now,
Yeah.
if they were to get WWE, but they were able to keep those TV deals with USA and Fox, then you really
Hmm.
wouldn't have an issue with promoting your talent.
Facts.
But let's say, because right now Tony Khan is still trying to get a TV deal for ROH. So, and then you saw what happened when they had that little merger with Impact. That lasted a few months, long enough for Kenny to collect the belts and do all that. But then that kind of just like went under the radar, and that partnership dissolved.
Yeah.
So, and then of course they have the deal with New Japan. Tony Khan said that he doesn't mind his wrestlers going over to Japan, but he has to make sure that he doesn't want them getting hurt over there because he still has his main product over here.
Yeah.
And then he can't, and then he don't want them just spending all their time over there, but he don't mind if they go over there because it's good promotion for all the companies involved.
Facts.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about one company or entity having a monopoly over the two biggest wrestling companies. I don't know. I don't know if it sounds good in theory, but I don't know if it actually became a reality how good it would be. Because WWE tried it when they first acquired WCW, and that failed miserably when they were going to test it out to see if they could do uh Nitro. They're gonna split it up, have Raw for an hour and Nitro for an hour. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. So confused, but it's a good confusion.
Yeah, man. This has been a week. Like, and what took us honestly so long. I really wanted to just see if any other, reports, leaks, or anything was gonna happen.
What the hell?
Hold on, I had to switch to
Oh,
my
okay.
phone, man.
I see you way
Hold on.
clearer now. Yeah, I'm reading all this now. Oh, you see, FTR. We were talking about FTR granted their time off from AEW.
Hold on, real quick.
All right. So you still alive, right?
Oh yeah, we still live.
Okay.
All right, trying to get this junk to where I'm dropping my computer feed and be on my phone.
Okay.
But now my
Well, while we
computer.
do this, while you get ready for that, so do you? I was thinking about this earlier. So if you're a sports fan, you know what tonight is. It's the end of the playoff NFL Week One, playoff wild card weekend, and it's the Cowboys versus Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. So, do you think that tonight, and it's around on the same time as Raw, do you think this is a night where Raw's going to like kind of mail it in because it's a good chance that they aren't going to get any viewers?
That's a good question.
Because I like to think about that sometimes. Because remember, they'll like during the Super Bowl they'll do a halftime heat or something like that to try to get people to
Yeah,
turn away from the Super Bowl halftime show to come watch them.
yeah.
But I'm thinking like tonight, because watch tonight, nobody's watching, and this be like the greatest Raw of the year so far. But it happens when nobody's watching.
Mm-hmm. That's usually
I'll be
how it is.
watching. I'll be watching. I got multiple TVs, so I'll just have Raw on one and the game on the other.
Yeah.
But I just be wondering that sometimes, like, because I know they factor in Monday Night Football into their schedule since they run on Monday nights. But with this being such a high profile game and with who's being involved in it, I just wonder if they're gonna go a little light on TV. They're not gonna do a whole bunch of surprises. It's gonna be kind of blah.
It's possible, man. It's very possible. Like, if anything with this, you know when it because of the competition that WWE loves to put on good shows when Monday Night Football is on.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very high tenure of doing that. See how many, like, you got to think it's gonna be a lot of people that's actually at the show. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you talk about thousands at the show that's not even watching football or just checking ESPN on a or the sports tracker on their phones and stuff, but would rather be there. And then you got some people who would rather be watching football and like might have be like us, have WWE on their phone or something like that. So I know usually though this is usually one of them days that it'll be a good show. I don't even know what's supposed to be
I know,
booked tonight, but
I know they were promoting something with Lashley tonight.
oh yeah, that is right.
Hmm. Now they're teasing the Hurt Business getting back together, which
Yep.
coincidentally, Vince McMahon is the one that broke up the Hurt Business.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to have he didn't want Bobby Lashley in a faction anymore.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know. I just get confused a lot of times with what they're thinking because Triple H did start off on a high, but I mean he started to come back down to earth a little bit now. A lot of
Yep.
his acts that he brought back aren't performing the way he probably thought they would be.
Mm-hmm.
Hit Row being one of them. That's why they turned him heel to try to give him a spark.
Oh yeah. And you know, some of them need that.
Mm-hmm. Uh, So, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about the Vince thing? Because I have something else I want to bring up.
Nah.
All right. So this is something that I wanted to start doing it last year, but I'm gonna start doing it this year since we're only 16 days into the new year. Based off of the matches that happened at Wrestle Kingdom and then some of the most recent matches on Dynamite earlier last week, I'm gonna start writing down all of the great matches that I see because whenever we do our best match of the year, I forget about so many of them. I'm gonna start
Right.
writing them down. So I'm definitely gonna write down Kenny versus
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. I'm definitely gonna write down the most recent match that Danielson had on Dynamite
Yeah.
against
Don't
your
forget
boy.
about Carl Anderson versus Tama Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We could put the Game 7 matchup, Elite
yeah,
versus Death Triangle.
yep.
It's been a lot of great. It's been a lot of great matches so far, but you notice we haven't said anything from WWE yet.
No, nope.
And I want to do. And I want to do it because I want to see. This is how I'm going to tell who has the better company. It's going to be one of the ways I do it for the year. Is if I make a list of match of the year candidates, how many from each has it? That'd be a good way to tell, especially based off the quality of the wrestling. This is at the end of the day to see these are wrestling programs.
Yeah, and WWE they have a real bad tendency of only doing top tier matches on their premium live events.
See, that's another thing. Um, with if AEW did do this merger with WWE, AEW only does 4 pay-per-views a year, which
Yeah.
is why you get pay-per-view type quality matches on their regular TV because otherwise you'd be waiting 2, 3, 4 months to see the blow off of certain matches, which
Mm-hmm.
isn't necessarily a bad thing, but for every single feud that would get tiresome. So
True.
if they were to join up, if they were to merge with WWE, could you see them keeping the WWE pay-per-views as consistently, or could you see them chopping those in half to where they split it up to where you would have 4 premium live events, or they would probably call them pay-per-views if AEW got it, 4 pay-per-views from WWE and then 4 from AEW, so you can have like 8 for the year. Or
Mm.
because I'm pretty sure they would. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't keep the 10 a year that WWE has.
Well, when you think about it, so they don't actually Raw and SmackDown because look, we got to separate Raw and SmackDown. They cut down a lot of their premium live events, so I want to say they only have 6 or 7 right now.
Well, shit, let me
But
know. Got the
so
big 4.
we got WrestleMania, we got Royal Rumble, SummerSlam,
Survivor
Extreme
Series.
Rules, huh?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, Extreme Rules,
So that's 5.
Money in the Bank.
That's 6. They got rid of Hell in a Cell.
They got rid of TLC, and
You
then
said
they
Extreme
only
Rules
have
already, right?
and then they have
They still do Clash.
man, that's a one off because they didn't do it 2022.
And
And
then
then they have the
they
two,
got rid of Day One.
and then they got 2 of the Saudi events.
Okay, so yeah, so that all right. So then Crown Jewel and
Well, they don't do Greatest Royal Rumble anymore.
yeah, so Crown
Remember,
Jewel. So what's that?
they
So we had
had
7.
Money in the Bank. They had Money in the Bank. They're starting to have some of the pay-per-views, some of the premium live events, the main ones in Saudi Arabia. Because remember, they had Money in the Bank over there.
Do they still had? They brought
No,
back
they
No
had
Mercy.
elimination. No, they had Extreme Rules over there.
Yeah, don't they still got No
Yeah.
Mercy?
No.
Because they brought it back.
So they gave some to NXT. So NXT has its own. Because NXT does what AEW does. They have some of their big time shows at on live TV. Yeah.
Like New Year's Evil or New Year's
but
New
then
Year's Evil.
but then they're
Bash of the
starting to
Beat.
bring they said they're going to bring back at least 4 NXT takeovers. Because they got Halloween Havoc, they got New Year's Evil,
In your
then
house.
they're having this, yeah, in your house. Then they got this Valentine Vengeance or NXT Vengeance. But they're about to start bringing back the NXT takeovers.
Yeah, because do you think that War Games is going to be a staple thing on the main roster, or do you think it'll go back to NXT if they bring back the takeovers? Or do you think they'll have it on, or do you think they'll have it on both and oversaturate it?
No, I think that War Games is now this is going to be a part of Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it made sense for War Games to be on NXT at the time that it was. It wouldn't make sense for it now.
Yeah, they don't even have the roster.
Yeah,
they
don't have enough star power for it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, did you speaking of AEW? So you've been keeping up what's been going on. You like how the storyline with MJF and Danielson is going?
Yeah, man, I like a lot of the storylines. Like I even like the storyline about with Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. Like that's
haven't seen them together in a while.
Well, they just fought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed Dynamite the last week.
Orange Cassidy fought
Was it Trent?
Yeah, he fought Trent for the All Atlantic Championship. And so then on Dynamite last week, they had interviewed Orange Cassidy, and it was like, we haven't seen you with the Best Friends in a minute. Are you guys still good? And then Best Friends came back. It was like, but kind of like a dull look, and was like, yeah, everything's good. Like we're here, but you could tell there's still tension.
Yeah, I'm ready for the JAS. They try to become like the NWO. They keep offering everybody spots.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah, I think all right, so I was wrong. I thought it was gonna be a swerve with Toni Storm.
Yep.
Getting taken out by Sheeta. Sheeta came out at the end of the match, or right before the match ended. So we didn't get Mercedes.
No, Sheeta came out mid-match, but she caused it. She caused Toni Storm and Saraya to lose because she threw in the kendo stick.
Mm-hmm. And people thought that if Mercedes was going to come out, it would be this because AEW is on a West Coast tour right now, so they're doing all West Coast dates.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a good chance that if we were to see Mercedes, we probably wouldn't see her until the next Forbidden Door, since it's going to involve Japan.
Yeah,
so we could possibly see her on the card, but she wouldn't be a part of AEW. She would be from the New Japan side.
Yeah, she got a lot of stuff that's going on her end, so
that would still be dope. And because I'm still ready to see who they're gonna build up to take that title off of Jade. I'm really curious to see that.
Yeah, man, because word on the street is about to be Red Velvet.
I mean, they building up to it, and it would make. I actually wouldn't be mad at that because I don't necessarily think you got to bring somebody in from the outside to beat her. Red Velvet was in her clique. Red Velvet, if you remember, when Jade first got there, she feuded with Red Velvet.
Yep.
Because Red Velvet teamed with Cody, and Jade teamed with Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her first real feud in AEW. So it actually would be kind of fitting for her to take the title off of Jade.
Yeah.
And the way they've been building it up, the dissension and all that.
Yeah. Did you see that TikTok I sent?
Which one? You sent a couple.
The one that's talking about the possibility of Naomi within the Bloodline storyline.
Is that the most recent one you sent?
I think so.
Well, go ahead and break it down.
So word on the street, Naomi is coming back, right? Everybody everybody would
So,
hope that she would be in the bloodline, right? And the reason why they say this is because bloodline is getting ready to feud with Judgment Day.
mhm.
Um,
For Raw
so
titles.
yes, so Roman is still feuding with KO. You know, him and Sammy still have their own thing, but tag team is in the midst. So of course, Judgment Day has a one up on them. They have Rhea Ripley. They're not necessarily saying that Naomi will come back to support the bloodline. It will actually be bloodline. It will be Tamina because she's still on the active roster, right?
And she is blood.
Right. So she'll get, and she's not just married in, she's actually blood. So you'll get Tamina. She'll be on the backup to help the bloodline against Judgment Day. But in the midst of this, you have, after that's all said and done, you got the Hurt Business, right? Who starts feuding with the bloodline. So they're already looking at that. The biggest possibility right now is that the bloodline is going to be Judgment Day, right? Because they don't even want to see Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio get a title, right? That's what a lot of people are hoping. So within that, you get the Hurt Business feuding with the Bloodline, but the Bloodline now has Tamina. So Tamina's doing what Rhea Ripley was doing, right? The next thing you know, here comes Naomi, and they're thinking Naomi is going to be on the side of the Bloodline, but Naomi actually is on the Hurt Business side.
Mm.
Now, I said that would be very interesting, right? Because they were saying like that
And it
her
was
and
set
Jay
up
come,
wrong.
yeah, her and Jimmy Uso come face to face, and next thing you know, Naomi slaps him, and then she's like, you know, when I was going through what I was going through, none of y'all were had my back. Y'all weren't checking on me, but you know who had my back? The Hurt Business. I said, cool. That'd be dope as hell, even to run that like within that.
But then it would be funny because then it'd be like, so you trying to tell me your husband wasn't checking on you?
But if we want to just weed
But
out
Cedric and
Naomi,
Shelton were, and I could believe
right?
MVP. I could believe the MVP part.
So even with that, you know, I was just like, okay, that'd be interesting. Now, just weeding out Naomi and doing current. As I've always been saying, I feel like Bianca Belair is going to lose, right? I feel like she's going to lose to Alexa Bliss the
Alexa
next time
Bliss,
they fight.
which is probably gonna be the Rumble.
Right. So then we got the Street Profits, and you saw what I said, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the Street Profits, after
Montez.
they lost on Monday, they hugged, and you could read his lips. It's been a good run. That's what Montez said. It's been a good run. It's been a good run. It's been a good run.
Okay.
The Hurt Business have 3. So they got a tag team, they got a main eventer. They don't have that solo Sokoa feel, right? They don't have that. They're not gonna
They
have
don't have a
Bobby.
Meg Carter.
They're not gonna have Bobby going up against Solo. Bobby's supposed to be going up against Roman, right? Montez Ford. Hurt Business. They tried once. Second time. Who comes with Montez Ford? Bianca Belair. Why? She needs to get more aggressive after losing to Alexa Bliss. She has to restart up. It's time for her to get more violent. It's time for her to get more serious. You know who's gonna have that pep talk? MVP. He's the second coming of Paul Heyman. He's the one that's like, yo, we got your back. You just need to get more aggressive. Look how he built Bobby Lashley. Like, just by talking to him. Let Bobby Lashley in to win the title. You know what I'm saying? So
Got
keep
him to
it.
drop
Pick with
Lana.
that. Huh?
Got him
Yeah.
to drop Lana. Got him to
Got
drop
him to drop
Leo.
Lana. He went on a rampage of winning titles and stuff like that. Could you imagine that? As soon as Montez Ford gets with the Hurt Business, he wins the U.S. title. Because I don't think Bobby's going to win the U.S. title.
No, there's no need. He needs to be going for the main title.
Right. And so then he got his wife on the back. And it's something that we haven't really seen Bianca Belair wear is black and gold. Hurt Business attire. You know, to me, that just feels. And could you imagine that's how Montez Ford starts his kind of like heelish type streak, is joining the Hurt Business and flipping on Dawkins. That, come on, man.
I mean, and when you think about it, it'd be a nice little new wave for these all-star, all-men's factions to start adding a female into it. Yeah. I remember when I was telling you, I was watching this interview with Jamie Hayter, and they were asking her, how would you feel? She said she would love to be the first woman to join the Blackpool Combat Club.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be lit.
Yeah, they need
so
one.
JAS already has Sarah J and Ty Mello.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. And then Judgment Day has Rhea. OC has Mia Yim.
But yeah, man, Bloodline definitely need a female.
Hit Row has B-Fab. Legado has Zelina. So I mean, yeah, all these factions got.
Wyatt Six is about to have Alexa Bliss,
or Nikki Cross, or both.
Yeah, because I actually feel like that we're gonna get a fighting Uncle Howdy or Uncle Harper.
So you notice that when the one that attacked Bray is not the same one that comes out and just stands at the top of the ramp. Like when Alexa was standing there, the one that had the top hat and the big oversized coat was the one.
The one that attacked Bray is Uncle Harper. The one that stands at the top who delivers the message is Uncle Howdy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's gonna be Bray / The Fiend, because I feel like that when Bray talks and does his I think it's gonna be Bray Wyatt who fights LA Knight, but then we're gonna get Bray Wyatt who talks to the people, who does the promos, but then we're gonna get the Fiend who actually wrestles. You know, I don't feel like the Fiend is gone.
So what do you think? Well, it's a little early for this, but what do you think about having that pitch black match or whatever with Bray versus LA Knight? You think the Fiend's gonna pop up?
Yeah. Something's gonna happen.
Well, it's gonna be one of those cinematic matches. So
it definitely is. So I think we're gonna get so many shades of Bray Wyatt that is gonna be crazy. Like not as detailed as it was when John Cena, when we seen Cult Leader Bray, Husky Harris, like when we got all those versions. But I do feel like we're gonna get Bray Wyatt. Then all of a sudden we're gonna see the Fiend. Then we're gonna see Uncle Howdy. Then we're gonna see Uncle Harper. Then you know what I'm saying? Like we'll see different variants of this Wyatt Six.
Okay.
But I'm finally glad that Uncle Howdy did come on Raw.
Yeah.
And then like that junk talking about some Alexa, you feel like you're empowered. That junk, I was like, oh,
you feel in control,
huh?
That's what Bane said to old boy on the plane on Batman. He was like, do you feel in charge or some shit like that? It was scary as hell. Somebody saying that to you like that.
Yep.
Shit. What else you got, bro?
Let's see.
See, Santino's back in Impact.
Yeah. That one surprised me. I'm not even gonna cap. That surprised me to see Santino back.
Speaking of returns, Adam Cole is back.
Yeah. I think they definitely needed that.
He's about to go into his face run.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time for him to do it because he doesn't have a group. Because Kyle O'Reilly I think they said he had a setback with his injury, and Bobby Fish is in Impact now.
Yep.
So unless he was to join back up with the Elite, it's really no point in him being with anybody. So yeah, he's about to go face right now. And I can see him.
He might tag with Hangman
Okay.
against Blackpool.
All right, so this is the thing. Is because Moxley is like an Austin type of character. He's not a face or a heel.
He's neutral.
He can go both ways.
They all are
now.
Like that.
Nah, but Claudio is a face.
Yeah, but when he's with Mox, he's neutral.
And Yuta's they're all pretty much faces. Even Danielson, he's a face. He can get ruthless, but he's still a face. Right. The only one where he can really go both ways is Mox. Okay. So, because the thing with him and Hangman is getting personal with them two.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like because it's good to see Hangman in a meaningful feud. Remember, we've all had our gripes with Hangman and his character and stuff like that. So I like that. I'm about to say with Adam Cole coming back, since he's a face, I can't see him facing Darby Allin right now to take the TNT Championship. Just because there's no need for two faces to go against each other. But
I mean,
I could definitely, if Darby were to lose, I could see Cole getting it.
Something that I see that actually works for AEW's benefit is that two faces going against each other, it's not really a problem on AEW. WWE, it just doesn't make sense. AEW, I don't see it's a problem because they still do the record thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
They still do.
And you don't always want to make it too
obvious.
Yeah. Oh, so I just cut on Raw. So a 6-way elimination match. Winner faces Austin Theory for the championship at the Royal Rumble. Oh, and Bloodline opening the show.
Of course.
But they're not attacking anybody. They're actually walking out.
Oh, but you already know it's set up for like Sammy's power. Is Sammy with them?
No, it's just the Usos in solo.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
and they all got their wrestling gear on.
What do you feel like with them causing Sammy to be disqualified?
If they don't trust him.
Yeah.
They didn't think he was gonna be able to get the job done.
Facts.
Like they're like it's all leading to Sammy turning on them. Now the question is he gonna turn on them or are they gonna turn on him? Who's gonna turn on who first?
Right. You know, something that I do want to know is like, why haven't they put a title on Solo? Because you think it's because they feel like he don't need a title?
Yeah, he don't necessarily need one right now.
Yeah,
because you gotta think about it. He's not in any feuds either. He literally just gets involved with whoever the bloodline is beefing with, and he'll have a match here and there. He'll randomly attack somebody, but he hasn't had an actual feud yet.
Yeah. Yo, so Jimmy about to start growing locks now?
Shit, maybe.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. About to see what this night holds up as far as WWE and watch some of this football, man.
All right, well, Mr. Red couldn't make it with us tonight, but we'll try to get him on the next broadcast.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, we can get together in person. If not, then we'll be right back here with y'all. But yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and like, subscribe, send this out to your friends. You got any wrestling friends or anyone that's a fan of wrestling? Go ahead and send them our way. We'll go ahead and take good care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. And make sure you
All right.
check out all our social media platforms for updates, everything like that, man. We hitting it live, man. So we try to keep y'all updated as much as possible. You might see us back on here later on this week, depending on what more breaking news we hear.
I'll say if anything breaks, we're gonna try to be the first ones to get it out to y'all, whether it be on IG or on here.
Yep.
But make sure y'all tune in all podcasts and platforms. Go ahead and check us out. It's a good listen.
Yep. So you have been listening to OTR Beyond the Ropes. This is your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop, aka OTRJ.
It's your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey.
Hey, peace.
All right, y'all.